So I'm here with Steph Hough from PwC, and Steph has been involved with the Be the Influence Team Leadership Program for 2 years now. This is what Steph loves, and it's what she does in her day job at PwC. And I just wanted to take the time to have a bit of a conversation with Steph about the program and her involvement in it. So Steph, as I said, this is the second time around of presenting this.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about, I guess, what the program means to you and what you've observed over the last 2 years in delivering this, and I guess how important it is?
Yeah, well, PwC are really excited to be involved with Australian University Sports and the Be the Influence program. I think it's been fantastic for PwC to get involved in helping really develop young leaders, and I think that's what AUS is all about, is bringing together the sports captains who have identified leadership potential.
What would you like to see in the future development of the program, and I guess how do you see PwC being involved into the future?
Yeah, well, I think PwC have a lot to give this particular program. I think there's really nice linkages between the types of students that come through the Be the Influence program and the type of students that PwC end up recruiting. So I'd love to continue the relationship with AUS. I think it's important that we try to develop the potential in our leaders and really teach them the importance of personal brand, not just for them individually, but for them to help motivate and inspire their team and the people around them. And hopefully the message can get out to others that it is important to think about your personal brand in terms of thinking about your career and where you want to go. So I think PwC have a really big part to play in that, and we'd love to continue the relationship.
One of the things that I noted this morning when you started your presentation, and you asked the room who had heard of PwC, and there were some nodding heads, and then you said show of hands who hadn't heard of PwC, and there's probably about half the room that hadn't previously heard about PwC. So certainly from our perspective, that's a huge benefit to you guys, that there's now 50 students that are aware of the PwC brand and what you guys stand for, and the involvement that and the commitment that you have to them and to AUS as well, which is also a huge benefit. So definitely some awesome synergies there, and hopefully there's more of that to come.
Yes.
So if you could say one thing to a student that was considering being involved in the program, or you could impart some wisdom to a graduate about what they should be considering whilst they're coming to the end of their studies, what would that be?
Very good question. Look, I think for a university student, it's really important to think about what they want to be known for. I think it's important for them to understand what they're passionate about and what their strengths are. I think if that process is discovered, then it'll make their kind of journey into the transition into a professional career so much easier. I think that'll help them kind of establish where they want to go and what type of organisation will help develop them individually. So if we can kind of educate these students around the importance of personal brand and how they kind of want to set themselves up, then we've done our job. So I definitely think my advice is to think about your personal brand early. It's definitely a journey. It's something that they can continue to discover throughout their time, but if they can think about it earlier on, it'll help their transition into a professional career all that much easier.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Steph. I know on behalf of AUS, we've really been incredibly appreciative of your contribution to the program, and the content that you deliver is brilliant, and every time I hear it, I continue to be enriched by it. So thanks so much for your involvement, and thanks to PwC for their partnership. It's certainly been very beneficial to date, and we look forward to growing in the future.
Great. Thank you.